what's going on, everyone? Vito here from MiniWarGaming.com, and welcome back to another episode of Beato, the Vito Age of Sigmar edition. I've got my guest Dave in here with me today, and we are going to be playing 2,000 points of Hedonites of Slaanesh versus the Gloomspite Gitz. I'll say Doomspite, yeah, not wrong army. The Gloomspite Gitz. I haven't played this army. I think I've only faced this army once. I think it was against, no, you know what? I don't think I've ever faced the Gloomspite. No, that's a lie. I have played them, but it was mostly against trolls. Mm-hmm. So this has been a long time coming since I've played against this army. So I'm excited to see what they can bring, because I've never actually played against what's actually being fielded. And I'm going to be playing the new Celestian host. It's one of the new hosts that's come out in the October White Dwarf. So Celeste has a new bunch of rules that you can be taken with him. And it's centered more around mortals, taking a whole bunch of mortal units and things like that, and also featuring soul grinders as well. Normally soul grinders weren't really the greatest, but I am excited to see what these big demon engines can do. So I'm going to be playing around with them. If you'd like to be in Dave's spot, please go to miniwargaming.com/challenge for all those details, and make sure to go to our Facebook page to take a look at all the really cool events that are coming up, because we really want to have you guys in here playing Warhammer 40K, AOS, and 30K, and a whole bunch of other games that we do cover. But until then, folks, let's take a look at the board and the armies. Taking a look at 2,000 points of Hedonites of Slaanesh and the Celestian host. For my general today, to keep it nice and fluffy, it's going to be the big lady and man themselves, Celeste. Now with the Celestian host, what it allows me to do is at the start of the battle, if the number of mortal units in a Celestian host is exactly equal to the number of demon units, I get D3 extra command points. So the way that works is both Celeste, they count as mortal, and demon, as Celeste and or Sil and Esk are both mortal and demon. So rounding out the army, I'm going to be having 3 units of Chaos Warriors as my battle line. So we have 3 of them. They are all going to be armed with double hand weapons. As you can see here, they do have the standard there, or I should say the icon and champion. I do have another unit of mortals right over here in the form of Chaos Marauder Horsemen. So that's going to be all of, that's going to be all of my mortal units, because Celeste, like I said, does count as 1 mortal. And then for my demons, I do have a Keeper of Secrets. Keeper of Secrets is going to be armed with what you see, including the Sinistrous Hand. For my spells, I am going to be taking the Prodigy of Damnation. That allows the Keeper of Secrets to heal, potentially, for the spells. For my Keeper of Secrets, everything in my army is going to be from the realm of fire. That's something that the lore that I've created for my Hedonites of Slaanesh. So for my Keeper of Secrets, I'm going to be taking the Onyx Blade for her. I get to pick one of the weapons from the bear, and she gets to add 1 to the wound rolls for her weapons. So I'm going to be putting it on her claws, so she'll be hitting on 3s, but wounding on 2s. Moving on over, I do have my Contorted Epitome. For her spells, I'm going to be taking Hysterical Frenzy and Soul Slice Shards. And because I do have a War Scroll Battalion, which I'm going to talk about in just a second, my second relic is going to be the Thermal Rider Cloak, which allows me to add 4 to the bearer's movement, and she can fly. So now she's going to be at movement 16 and having the fly capability. And as for that War Scroll Battalion that I was talking about, I'm going to be taking from the new White Dwarf from October, and that is going to be the Demon Steel Contingent. And that Demon Steel Contingent takes 1 to 3 units of Soul Grinders. So I have 1 right over here, and then the other one right over here. They're going to be armed with what you see is what you get. And with the 2 soul grinders, what that allows me to take is they get +1 to their save, so that they're now save at 3, but what they do get is +1 to hit. So before they were at 4s hit for almost everything, but now they're 3s, which I think makes them a little bit more viable. And for 110 points for that battalion, I think it's not that bad of a take. So I'm going to be trying it out again for this game, as I recently played this in a vault game. And then for my terrain piece, I do have the Vito of Slaanesh. And that's going to be exactly 2,000 points of Hedonites of Slaanesh, the new Celestian host. And now we're going to be taking a look at 2,000 points of Gloomspite Gitz. Dave, where'd you like to start?
Let's start in the front.
Okay.
I got 2 units of 40 grots. They are stabas, each with both the standard types and gong bashes, so they run a little faster. Bonuses to leadership, bonuses to getting shot at. I also have 2 units of fanatics, 1 unit up here of the older kit, and then I have one of the newer kits over here. And then leading this lovely rabble is Skagrot, the Loon King. He's going to be my general. He has the spell, the Great Green Spite. It's a special power that lets him do more damage based on the size of units. Over here I have a Fungoid Cave Shaman. He has the Squig Lure spell. Allows Squigs to run and charge in the same turn, which is kind of nice. Next to them is a Loon Boss. He's just there as kind of a support hero. And then I have a Loon Boss and a Giant Cave Squig sitting in between 2 units of Boingrot Bounders. They're the heavy cavalry. Not going to say elite, because they're still goblins. And then in the back I have a unit of Squig Herd. And off to the side here I have a unit of the Truffle Squigs, which I forgot the real name of. I think they are Sneaky Snufflers.
Sneaky Snufflers. That is a cute name. I love that.
Yeah.
And then you have your big old terrain piece?
Yep. So I have my Loon Shrine as my terrain piece. And sitting next to that is the Scrap Cauldron. Forgot the full name of it. But.
Very, very cool.
And for artifacts, he has the Clammy Cowl, which is the Gloomspite special artifact, gives him -1 to hit.
Okay. And that's going to be 2,000 points of Gloomspite Gitz. This is the board that we are going to be playing on today. The mat itself is from Table War. We have a bunch of custom terrain from Adam from Greenleaf Terrain, including these really, really cool I guess you can call them mushrooms. He handmade these himself and cast them. So if you want to contact Adam, you definitely can in the links down below. And as for our narrative for today's bat rep, this is the homeland for my Hedonites of Slaanesh in the realm of fire. This is where they like to go ahead and bathe from time to time, dipping their toes in the liquid hot magma. You know, they like to let their hair down and, you know, just kind of absorb the warm rays in the realm of fire. However, for some reason, there are these mushrooms and spores that are sprouting throughout the land. Slaanesh does not know why until finally the Gloomspite Gitz have showed up. They're looking to take over the Hedonites' territory. They don't like this blight that has come upon the land, and now the Hedonites have to go ahead and take care of this nuisance. We've gone ahead and rolled off to see what mission we're going to play, and we're going to be playing Escalation. I don't know why I said it in that voice. I decided to have some little bit of fun. So the way this one works is we're going to be fighting for 3 objectives. 1, 2, and then the last one is going to be right in this little corner. The way this works is starting after the second battle round. I think it's at the top of the second battle round. Starting from the second battle round, whoever holds the objectives, you get 1 victory point. The more that you control it, you just get the 1 victory point. So we're going to be fighting over the 3 objectives. Pretty easy, but there is some shenanigans for how we deploy. I know behemoths and battle line have to be certain distances for our deployment zones, so we're going to go ahead and start setting up, and you guys are going to be able to see it through time-lapse technology. time-lapse technology. Look at that. It's a wonderful thing. I think Willy Wonka invented it. So the way we've gone ahead and set up is over here on my right flank, I have my Marauder Horsemen. All of my battle line in the form of the Chaos Warriors are spread out right along the middle. With my behemoths, I had to deploy them 24 inches back, which kind of hurts me a little bit, but they do have mobility with the 2 Soul Grinders moving 12 inches, and then obviously the Keeper of Secrets can move 14. And then over here, sort of in my left to middle flank, I have Celeste, my general, and the Contorted Epitome. As for the Gloomspite Gitz, Dave, quickly, a little bit of a rundown. How did you deploy?
Wall of bodies in front, and then hopefully the shock cavalry. I've got my Boingrots kind of set off on the flank here. They had to be further back than the battle line, so we got Squig Hoppers in front, and then the Boingrots in the back to kind of shore up this flank. But everything else is just kind of a wall of bodies, and hoping for the best.
The Hedonites of Slaanesh did deploy first. Here I am talking in third person. I did deploy first, or finish deploying first, so I have the option of going first. Normally, I like to go quasi-second, because sometimes I like going with that first turn charge. I know for sure I won't get it this time, but I do have the advent of the 2 Soul Grinders, and their shooting is... They have some good range with their shooting, and with moving and with their long range, I might be able to slowly pepper the army. There is to consider with the the double turn, but I think I'm going to go ahead and try to go first. So we're going to go right away into Hedonites of Slaanesh, turn number 1. So right at the start of the turn, because I have my battalion, I'll get 1 command point. Start of the turn, I get another command point for showing up. And then for the Celestian host, because of their special ability, I get D3 extra command points. So I'll be getting an extra 3 command points. So right now, I'll be starting with 5 command points. Continuing with my hero phase, I think the Contorted Epitome, she's going to go ahead and put Mystic Shield on this unit here of Chaos Warriors. I successfully get that off with a 7. So that is going to go ahead and go off, being out of range for it to be stopped. So they are now mystically shielded. Is there anything else? All the other spells are really out of range. Now, she has the Onyx Blade. Do I want to do it? I think, I don't know if it's worth it. Put my thing down, thinking reverse it. Hashtag Missy Elliott. Oh boy, that was a really bad reference.
That was dated. That was really dated.
Right, right. I might be showing my age with that.
Oh boy, that hurts.
But at least you know what I'm talking about.
I do. I also grew up in the 90s.
Yeah, buddy. Okay, I gotta stop the camera, I'm laughing. Okay, now that that is over, do I want to sacrifice? Okay, so with the Onyx Blade, I'll be hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s, but if I sacrifice my artifact to the Fane, I take a wound, but then I can reroll all my failed hits for the rest of the game. I think I'm actually going to do that. So I'm gonna go ahead, sacrifice my artifact, I take a wound, and then...
Well, it gives you a depravity point too, right?
I think they FAQ'd that. I'll have to double check. And then, yeah, and then on a 2+, that's when this activates. So hopefully I don't roll a 1. Okay, so I roll a 5. So my artifact is completely dead. And now I completely get to reroll all of my failed hits for the entire game. So yeah, it is just her that she'll be rerolling all her failed hits. And now I'm going to cast Progeny of Damnation on herself. Ooh, 6. I think I need a 7 for that. I'm going to double check. So that 6 is going to be a fail, so my Keeper does drop to 13 wounds remaining. And I think that's not too bad of a trade, because then later on I can probably heal her in the game. So that's all the stuff I'm going to do for my hero phase. I'm going to go right into my moon phase. I'm going to start moving the rest of my army forward. I'm not going to do a unit by unit, so I'm just going to show you guys where I end up after turn 1 movement. And this is where my army is going to be ending up after the movement phase. I decided to run almost everything. Chaos Warriors over here, I ran them, didn't like what I got, so I turned it into a 6 with a command point. My Contorted Epitome flew. Celeste can run and charge, so I just decided to run him. I ran this unit up here to the objective. Same thing with the Keeper of Secrets. Ran her by spending a command point on her, so she just went, woo, 20 inches. Abbott and Costello over here are bottlenecking themselves between the hot gates. The Warriors of Chaos over here, they ran as well. And then these Chaos Marauders on horseback decided to go and snag this objective over here on that flank. So going into my shooting phase now, Abbott is actually out of range, but Costello, he's actually in range, so he's going to be firing everything that he's got into this unit here. We'll start with his Harvester Cannon. Actually, no, let's do the Flame Bombardment. Hitting on a 3, which we do. Looking for a 3 to wound. Ooh, that's going to be getting a 2. That's unfortunate, because that could have done a flat 3 damage. Well, so we'll do the Harvester Cannon for D6 shots. Total of 3 shots. Looking for 3s to wound. Getting, 3 hits. And then now it's 3 to wounds. 2, these are going to be at -1.
Okay, so I don't get a save.
Just 1 damage each.
1 damage each? Okay.
And that's going to be the end of my turn. I don't think we have any battle shock. Oh, we have these guys, right?
Yep, we just talked about it. Yeah. So they are Bravery 3.
Okay.
I think. Let me check. They are, yes, in fact, Bravery 3. They took one casualty, so dice -2. 0.
Okay.
0 red.
Pretty good. Yeah, so that's just kind of moving up forward, beckoning the forces of the Gloomspite Gitz to come forward. So speaking of which, let's go into Gloomspite Gitz turn number 1. Going into the hero phase now.
Alright, so before the hero phase starts, I have to pick where the bad moon's going to come in. I'll have this little paper token. I'm just going to put it off to the side over here.
Okay.
It's going to come in through this corner. It doesn't actually take effect until turn 2, so we won't worry about that until turn 2. And then at the top of the hero phase, I have 2 command point generating abilities. Skagrot's, which on a 4-up, I get D3 command points because he has a Babbling Wand. I get 3 command points.
Nice.
So I'm at 4 right now, and then I have a Fungoid Cave Shaman. On a 4-up, he gives me a bonus command point. I don't get any extra, I just get 1. Oh. So I got 4 bonus command points, so I'm at 5 command points now. Okay, so to start off the hero phase, I'm going to have Skagrot attempt to cast the Scuttle Cauldron. Goes off on a 5, and he gets +1 to cast, so on a 4. Goes off on an 11. So
I'll try and stop that with the Contorted Epitome. You got it with an 11, so I need 12 to stop. Okay. I get to re-roll with the Contorted Epitome, that being her special ability. No, okay, okay, so it does go off. So the cauldron gets put down right beside him.
Yep. And because it comes in, it deals D3 mortal wounds to something within an inch of the caster.
Okay.
He's going to pick himself, so he takes 2 mortal wounds, but Skagrot has a 4-up save against mortal wounds, so he saves neither of them, so he takes 2 wounds. Okay, Skagrot's going to attempt to cast the Great Green Spite. Goes off on a 7, so he's going off on a 5-up. And what it does is, we'll get into that. So I got a 12.
Oh, because you get +2, right?
Yeah.
So I can't stop it.
Right. Okay. So I pick a unit of Grots within wholly within 18 inches of him. And I believe this unit over here is wholly within 18.
Yep.
It is. And it's visible to him because you can see this part of it. And then I pick an enemy unit within 24, which should be your Keeper of Secrets, which I believe I'm just over the base. And because this unit is more than 20, the Keeper of Secrets takes D6 mortal wounds. 2.
So the Keeper goes down to 11 wounds left, and I don't get double depravity points because I'm not near Celeste. So I'm just going to be having 2 right now.
Alright, got one more spell to cast with the Fungoid Cave Shaman. He has Squiglure. It's going to go off on a 5. And it allows me to pick, I pick D3 Squig units, and those units can run and charge this turn.
Okay, so you get a 9, and there's no plus or plus this, right? So I need a 10. I'll try to stop with the Contorted. Getting a 9, I get to reroll an 8, so it does go off.
Okay. D3 units, he's going to pick 2. He's going to end up picking these 2 units of Boingrot Bounders.
And now we're just going to go right into the movement phase. We're going to show you guys where the entire army moves after 2 in 1 movement. And this is where we are going to be ending up after the Gloomspite Gitz movement phase. Dave, tell us a little bit how you move.
So just kind of moving these guys up there 5 inches to get them into a better position. Then, while still trying to keep them kind of in range of the shrine, the Boingrot Bounders and everything over here moved a little faster. This guy's command ability gives them +3 movement, giving them a little more stable movement. Rolled pretty well for this unit of Boingrot Bounders, so they got a 14-inch move, so they could move into a position where they could charge because the Squiglure special spell. So hopefully can get some turn 1 charges off here.
And did you spend? I think you spent a command point somewhere.
I did spend a command point. Yeah, that was with this guy's command ability.
All right, to make him go an extra 6.
To 3 inches.
3 inches. Gotcha,
Yep.
gotcha.
Just makes them more reliable. Gives them guaranteed 5-inch movement versus the possible 2-inch movement.
Fair enough.
Which is pretty rough.
No shooting.
I got Skagra here.
Okay.
He's gonna shoot.
Range.
28 inches.
Oh, that's okay. It's really good. It's really good.
He's got some reach here. So he's gonna help soften up the Keeper of Secrets.
Okay.
So hit on 3s, wound on 3s. So hit on 3s. Wounding on 3s. So that's 2 at -1.
Looking for a 5-up save. And I make 1. 1 damage?
Yep. We're going into charges. Just an additional note with the shooting attack that Skagrot does, at the end of every phase, the Keeper's going to take an additional mortal wound at the end of each phase.
Oh, really?
He's slowly turning into a fungus.
Oh, wow. That's pretty incredible.
The Moon on a Stick. If a unit suffers a wound without dying, they take a mortal wound at the end of every battle round.
Wow, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of time, but it'll plink them away, hopefully. Okay, so I'm going to unleash the Fanatics with my 2 units. I have 2 units of 5 Fanatics coming out of these guys, so...
So the 2 squads of Fanatics have come out, 1 over here, and then the other one right over there.
Alright, so charges. This unit of Fanatics is going to charge. You're going to get 5 inches.
Ooh. So that's going to be a fail charge, but we're going to spend a command point from him to make them a reroll their charge. Getting a 6. And with that 6, you just need 1 extra inch to be in, so that's going to be a fail charge as well.
Alright, then over here.
Okay.
They're going to go 12.
Oh, 12 inches wherever they like.
So rolling doubles with Fanatics isn't great.
Oh, okay.
Basically, at the end of the charge, I choose a unit that takes mortal wounds, and then the unit of Fanatics takes a mortal wound. Okay. So one of the guys is going to die, and at the end of the charge phase, he is going to deal D3 mortal wounds to something. So I got 12 inches, so let's kind of spread the love here. Let me go over here. So I got the range.
So then 1 guy had just died, and then I suffer some mortal wounds?
Yep. Okay. So Chaos Warriors, they're going to take D3 mortal wounds. 1. And then the Keeper is going to take 3.
Naturally.
Alright, so the Red Shield unit here is going to attempt to charge. They're going to get 7, which I do.
That's going to be a fail charge.
And this unit of Boingrot Bounders with Squiglure, they can charge in the same turn they ran. So they're going to attempt to charge. They're going to go 7, which...
And that's also going to be a fail charge. Once again, just being an inch shy. That's it for charges?
Yep.
All right, so I have my Locus of Diversion to do. That's going to be with the Keeper of Secrets on a 2+. This unit over here will be fighting last. And I do get a 6, so that unit will be fighting last. So with that in mind, I'm just going to go ahead and attack with the Keeper of Secrets. I'll go ahead with the Great Claws. So we have 2 attacks. Actually, I'm going to double check because she is bracketed. So let's make sure that I'm not cheating here. So I still have 2 attacks with the Great Claws, but instead of doing 5 damage, it's now 3. So we're going to be hitting on 3s, but because I sacrificed the artifact, I re-roll everything. So both will hit, and because I rolled a 6, I do get to add an extra attack because of my special rule. Euphoric Killers, totally forgot the rule, but yeah, Euphoric Killers. So we have 3 hits, wounding on 3s. Which is going to be 2, and these are going to be at -2.
Yeah, they're dead.
So yeah, 6 damage, completely wipes out the squad.
Boo it.
And then at the end of the combat phase, because the Keeper of Secrets did kill models, I get to heal with the Sinister's Hand. I don't need to kill something with the Sinister's Hand. If the model is armed with the Sinister's Hand, I do get to heal. So I get to heal D3 wounds. So I just get to heal 1 wound, so bringing her back up to 8. And that's going to be the end of the battle round, or end of the turn for the Gloomspite Gitz. Now we have to do the illustrious double turn. I will be winning ties, so I'm a little nervous right now. Hedonites are going to be rolling a 3, and we do get a 4 for the Gloomspite Gitz, which means that we are going to be getting a double turn for them.
My Fanatic's mistake might not bite me nearly as hard.
Oh, I don't know what's going to happen now. So let's go into Gloomspite Gitz, turn 2. Starting of turn 2, my friends.
All right. So top of the hero phase, I'm gonna go ahead and I don't want to leave it to chance. I'm just gonna use Skagrot's ability.
Do you feel bad for Chance? Like everyone always said, I'm not going to leave it to Chance. How do you think Chance feels?
I'm not gonna leave it to chance because he owes me money anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the worst, right? So
what was the money for? Or was that too personal?
I don't want to get into it.
Okay. Let's get back to the game.
Anyway, so I'm gonna use Skagrot's ability to move the moon. The moon will instead of me rolling for it, I'm just gonna move it 2 spaces. So I'm gonna move it to the center of the battlefield. So it's just gonna go right here.
Okay.
So it affects everything on the battlefield. So now all of the buffs for Gloomspite go into effect. So, and all the negatives for you go into effect, which really is just minuses to casting.
Oh, okay.
And dispel attempts. So you get -1 to your dispelling casting attempts.
Okay.
I get +1 to all of those.
Tight.
So. All right. So Mouthpiece of Mork from the Fungoid Cave Shaman. On a 4-up, I get a command point. I get 1 command point, so I go back up to 4. So I get
nice.
3, which is nice. And Skagrot, on a 4-up, I get D3 command points. I get 3 command points. I like these dice.
You are just racking up those command points.
Yeah.
And if you like these dice, folks, when you come to MiniWarGaming, you can purchase them at the MiniWarGaming store. Look at these vest dice. Look at those. Look at that marketing. That's really good. You guys should get these ones. They're really excellent.
They roll.
So with that blatant advertising over, let's continue.
I shilled. This is fun. Anyway, so now we're going to go to casting. We're going to do the Great Green Spite again from Skagrot.
Yeah.
He's getting +3 to casting attempts now. So this goes off functionally on a 2. Or it goes off on a 4. Sorry. Wrong spell. So I got a 5, which goes up to an 8.
An 8? So I need to get an 8 then to stop this. Yeah, once again, we'll try to stop with the Contorted Epitome. Now I'm a -1?
Yes.
Oh, jeez. So then, do I technically need a 9?
Yes.
Okay. No, I do get to re-roll. Oh, I fail.
All right, so it goes off. Kind of second verse, same as the first, really. So I'm going to choose this unit of Gloomspite, and I'm going to choose your Keeper of Secrets. Keeper of Secrets is going to take D6 mortal wounds. He's going to take 6 mortal wounds.
Naturally. So I take 6 mortal wounds, and then I had to take another mortal wound from the start of this turn. So I'm down to 1 mortal wound. Ugh.
All right, so Skagrot's going to attempt to cast Call to Moon, which is just dropping meteors on your head. It goes off on an 8, so I need a 5+ for this to go off. Goes off on a 9.
So that means now I need a 10, correct?
Yes.
Oh,
You'll
man.
need to roll an 11 because you get -1 to your dispel attempts.
Jeez. Ouch.
Oppressive magic. It's fun.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Okay, I'll buy that for $1.
That happened.
Nice.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So my Fungoid Cave Shaman, his spell's kind of moot because the moon is out. So he's going to go with Mystic Shield, and he's going to cast it on this unit here. Goes off on an 8, 9.
9.
Because he's getting +1 to cast now.
So getting a 9. Keeper will try to stop it. So 9. I need an 11. 10.
Yep.
Oh, God, that's 6. So it does go off.
It does go off. So they have Mystic Shield. I forgot to do something. The Blood Slither Pact, because of the Cauldron, I do D3 mortal wounds to something within an inch of the caster. I'm going to pick this unit of Grots. They're going to take 3 mortal wounds. So I'm going to kill these 3 guys.
Time to go into the movement phase. Dave, where would you like to start?
We're going to go with, before anything else, we're going to use his command ability again.
Okay.
So I get +3 movement on all the squig units wholly within 12, which affects these units. Because they're under the light of the moon, they can run and charge in the same turn. So that makes things a little bit easier, gives me a little more wiggle room with movement here. So we're going to start with this unit of Boing Grot Bounders. They're going to move 2d6 +3, and they're going to run on top of that.
Cool.
So they've got all the movement in the world, which gives them a sweet 17-inch move. Which gives them, and they have fly, so they can end up
Wherever they want.
really wherever they want. Hoping that we can fit everybody over here
Boing,
without breaking some rules.
boing,
Because the last thing I want to do is break rules and have it be
boing.
recorded.
Can you give me one more boing?
Boing.
There it is. Nice. Tight.
Boing. Alright, so the squig unit is they're gonna run. I may as well just to get them into a better position. So they are moving 12 inches because they have 5 base movement, +3 because of him, and then +1 because of the run. This guy's gonna move. He moves 10 inches, which should get him where he needs to be, which is really just kind of up in the face of those Chaos Warriors. Unit Boing Grot Bounders are gonna move. They got 10 inches plus if I want to run, which I will, because why not? So they have 11 inches. So these guys are going to get kind of lined up here. So he's going 6 inches. So more or less just to keep him safe. This unit of Grots, they're going to move up. I'm going to try and leave a little channel open. I want to see if I can get those fanatics over here. If not, with their movement, again, because random number generator, that is this army. Sierra's moving up with his cauldron. And then we're going to try and move these fanatics. Let's see where they go. So they have 7 inches of movement, which, because I don't want to make the same mistake I made over there, I'm going to see if I can conga line them into this unit of warriors. And then I'm going to move this unit of Grots up. They've got the 5-inch movement, so they're just going to kind of shuffle this way. Again, away from the direction they were going before, because why not?
And boom, that's where they are going to be ending up.
I did shuffle these guys kind of around a little bit, just 5 inches, just to get them where they need to be. And then I'm going to go to shooting, and I'm going to Skagra attempt to finish off the Keeper.
You don't have to.
I want to.
Fair.
It just feels right.
Does it?
A little bit.
To you.
In my heart of hearts.
Heart of hearts.
Yes.
Heart of the cards.
Yes.
Okay.
And all that stuff. So 6 shots from Moon on a stick, hits on 3s, wounds on 3s. He's rerolling 1s to hit now because he's under the moon. That's 6 hits.
Okay.
Again, everyone should buy these dice. They roll really well. That's coming from someone who can't roll worth crap. So that's 5 wounds at -1.
5 save. Come on. She dies.
Yeah.
Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend. Keeper of Secrets is dead. You know what? Good game, man. Good game. I'm done.
You sure?
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, really? It's only top turn 2.
Yeah, you know, 2,000 points, 360. Yeah, I quit.
No, it's not. Nope, falling apart. It's all gone. All gone. Nope, I can't do it. All right.
I really, to be honest, I should have put Celeste like near the keeper because instead of getting 14 depravity points, that would have been 28
depravity points.
So I'd been 2 depravity points away from getting another keeper or way more models. But because that's the whole strength of this host. But yeah,
it's the deployment too. The deployment kind of wonked with a few things because you got to realize you're deploying the behemoth is 24 inches back.
Yes.
Versus Celestia, who is 18, and 6 inches. It's not that bad, but once you kind of enact a battle plan, you're like, and go. Oh.
Right, because like my movement wasn't great. I mean, I could have kept them together. Ooh, wait, hold on, 12 inches. I think I'm out. I should double check this. Yeah, we were actually out by 2 inches, so I could have been getting more, but yeah. So if I had Celeste like over just it, then that would have been 12 inches. But yeah, that's a little unfortunate, but hey, that be the rules. And sometimes, you know, the way, like you said, deployment, that's how things happen, right?
Yep.
But I know this guy is really good for shooting, especially like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, it's the only shooting in the army. So aside from you can give these guys bows, I don't see. I'm sure someone out there knows a way better strategy for it to bring the shooter boys because they just don't work for me. I'd rather just run them into combat and watch them all die a horrible, horrible death.
Fair enough. All right, so that was the shooting. We got some charges to do though.
Yes, we do.
All right, where are we go?
Well, we're gonna start with let's start with the fanatics and see how they go.
Okay.
10 inches. So 10 inches. Really just trying to kind of move these guys across into here. And starting with the Boneguard Bounders, they're gonna charge 4 inches, which should get them there because we're outside of just outside of 3. So, boop, boop. All right, so the Squig Herd is gonna charge. They're gonna go 11. They're just gonna line up on this unit here. Next is the Cave Boss. He's gonna go 7, so he's gonna get in there as well. Boneguard Bounders. This unit of Boneguard Bounders, where are they gonna go? 7 inches. So can they go to Abbott and Costello? I think they can make their way over to Abbott and Costello. So they will do that.
Boing.
I don't really know where the base is for that.
It's kind of. For what I'm calling it is I'm calling it literally just the
between
feet.
the legs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is unit of Grots. They're going to charge 5 inches, which I do not believe will get them there. It will not. So I'm going to use Skagrot to use a command point to make them reroll that. To get 6 inches. Which will just barely get them there. Because this guy. Alright, and then this unit over here is going to charge. Well, that's not ideal. Are they wholly within 12 of that guy? So that I can reroll their charge. They are not. Because of this guy. So I can't reroll that charge. However, I believe 4 is enough for me to get there.
Because you were 3 away.
I was 3 away. I wanted a little bit more contact, though.
So that's going to be all of the charges. Now I have some Locus of Diversions to do. So Celeste, he's going to do a Locus of Diversion on these Fanatics because we are within 6 inches. So on a 4+, I got a 1. So they are not going to be fighting last. The Contorted Epitome is going to be Locusing of Diverting these Fanatics on a 4+. I do get them, so these guys will be fighting last.
Okay. So we're going to do Boing Smash, which Boneguard Bounders, when they charge, they make a successful charge. They pick a unit within an inch of them, roll a dice for each Boneguard Bounder. On a 4-up, they take a mortal wound. So the Soul Grinder will end up taking 5 mortal wounds. The same thing happens with the Marauder Horsemen over here. Boneguard Bounders, Boing Smash. And so the Marauder Horseman unit is going to take 8 mortal wounds.
1 guy's left. That's in before you got the strike. Interesting.
So we're gonna go with the Fanatics. The Fanatics only have a 1-inch reach on their weapons, and because they're on fun bases, only these 3 are gonna be able to attack. They get D6 attacks,
Whoa! Look at that.
It's 16 attacks.
Make sure you get your Vito dice.
Yeah. You're getting mileage out of that, aren't you?
Yeah, buddy, get invested.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you like that one, eh?
It took me a minute. All right, so these hit on 4s, wound on 3s. So I got that number of hits. I think it's 8.
Oh, last one.
And these wound on 3s. So that's 7 wounds.
7 wounds, minus?
2.
Minus 2. 6 up save. Okay, damage?
D3.
D3 each?
Yeah.
Savage.
So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 damage. 7.
So that's gonna be this guy dead, and these 2 dead.
So that kicked off before the combat phase. So now I get to swing with a unit. So I'm going to swing with this unit of Boing Ground Bounders. So they're going to kind of shuffle in. They have 2-inch lances. So I'm going to get all of the lances with the exception of this guy. So I get 18 lance attacks.
Into the Soul Grinder.
Into the Soul Grinder. All right, so the Sergeant, he hits on 3s. Okay. And then the rest of the units, these hit on 4s. All right, so these hits. Wounding on 3s because they charge. They get +1 to wound on charges.
We have 8 wounds at -1, so I have a 4 up save. 3 wounds go through, bring the Soul Grinder down to 8 wounds remaining.
And then the Boingrats, the Squigs get an additional set of attacks. There's only 3 of them in range for it. They get a 1-inch bite, hits on 4s, wounds on 3s. Those are pretty bad. So 2 more wounds at -1.
4 up. Make them both. Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and strike with these Warriors of Chaos next.
Yep.
So we're gonna be putting 8 attacks into the Squigs, actually +1 for the champion. So hitting on 3s. I do get to re-roll the 1s because of the double hand weapon. Huzzah! Not that better.
Really wanted to be 1s.
Looking for 4s to wound. Just getting 1. No minus.
6 up save? Nope. Alright.
1 takes a wound.
1 takes a wound. Let me get that.
4 attacks into this big guy over here. I hate 2s. And then looking for 4s. Nothing. And then we have another 4 attacks into these boingy boingy boys. I hate 2s!
Oh my god!
Okay, we have 1 in there.
Alright, so 4 up save. Save it.
Nice.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and attack with these Squigs. They have a 1-inch bite. They should all be in range, so...
Yeah, with the smaller base.
Yeah, with the small base, so I'm just gonna shuffle this guy. Alright, starting with the hits with their bites. Hitting on 4s, wounding on 3s. Alright, so that many hits. Wounding on 3s.
-1 for a 5 up save. Ooh, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
So 1 guy will actually just die. We'll take him. I'm just going to go into my center flank, which is not looking that great. So yeah, we'll strike with these guys. We'll have these 2 go into this big squad, and then the entire rest of them will go into the Fanatics. So 4 attacks into the big Gobbo squad, hitting on 3s, re-rolling the 1s. Okay, and naturally. And looking for 4s to wound. Oh, getting 2. Full save.
Alright, 5 ups. They have shields +1, which adds +1 to their save. And they have 6 up by default, so they take 2 wounds.
And the rest of the squad going into the Fanatics. No 1s through the re-roll, but everybody hits. And looking for 4s to wound. That's actually pretty decent there. Getting 6 wounds in total.
Alright. 6s.
And that's going to be the unit wiped. So the next unit that's going to go is going to be these Night Goblins, because these guys are fighting last. We have 16 attacks coming from the Night Goblins.
They're hitting on 4s, wounding on 2s.
Oh.
They get +1 to wound for 15 or more, and plus another +1 to wound if they have 30 or more. And then needing 2s to wound. So that's
all but 2.
1.
Oh, there's another one.
Oh, there's another one right here.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right,
So-
any minuses?
No minuses.
So 4 up save for these gentlemen. Ooh, that's a lot of 1s in there. Not good. And that is going to be 3 dead Chaos Warriors. We'll have this guy die too.
I mean, damn. Alright. So, nets hitting on 4s, wounding on 3s. Reroll.
Because the moon?
A few more hits. And then wounding on 3s. So that's...
All of them.
All of them. No rend on these either.
No rend on those. All right, 4 up save. Whoa, not good. So that's just going to leave 1 guy with 1 wound remaining. All right, next I'm going to go with my Soul Grinder, and he's going to be going all of his attacks into the Boinky Boinky Boys. We have 4 attacks now because he is bracketed with the piston-mounted legs, hitting on 3s, and looking for 3s to wound. And these are going to be at -1.
Alright. 5 ups.
So 2 go through. This is just for 1 damage.
1 damage? Okay, so 1 guy dies.
Next, we have 1 attack with the Hellforged Claw, hitting on a 3, which we do. Wounding on a 3, which we fail. That's unfortunate. Next, we're going to go with the Warp Metal Blade. 2 attacks, hitting on 3s, which we both fail. Wah wah. And then we have the Demon Bone Blade. 4 attacks, hitting on 2s, and then looking for 3s to wound. Getting 2 of them. These are going to be at -1.
Okay, 5 ups. Save 1, take 1.
D3 damage for 2 damage.
Okay, another Boing Grinder dies.
So next we're going to go ahead and fight over here on this flank. Oh, right, you absolutely. My apologies, you absolutely do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go ahead, pile in, and completely destroy this poor guy.
This one guy. Boop. They're just gonna kind of get in range here. Alright, these are the lances hitting on 4s, wounding on 3s. No rerolls because they're squig, not night clan. Alright, wounding on 3s.
Any minuses?
-1 rend.
He's dead. He only has 6 up save.
Alright.
Goodbye.
Bye, bud.
So next I'm going to go ahead over here. I'm going to attack first with the Contorted Epitome. She has a 3-inch range, so she can technically attack over. And being within 3 inches, so she can go ahead and fight. So 2 attacks, hitting on 3s. Hitting only once, and looking for 4s to wound. That's going to be at -2.
Oh, that's a how much damage?
2 damage.
So 2 dead grots.
The rest of the squad of the Chaos Warriors have gone ahead and piled in now. So we are going to be hitting on 3s and re-rolling the 1s. It's actually 2 1s there. Looking for 4s to wound though.
Alright, 5 ups. Ooh.
9 dead gobos are going to die dead.
What a term.
Right? Educated.
I like it. Alright, we're gonna resolve these grots. They're gonna swing up. Alright, 13 attacks. Hitting on 4s, wounding on 3s because there's less than 30. Yep. Less than 30 guys in the unit. That mushroom is just gonna keep falling. Wounding on 3s.
3?
3 wounds, no minus.
4 up. Oh, okay. I will lose a Chaos Warrior, and 1 will take a wound.
Alright, so these are the nets. Hitting on 4s, wounding on 4s.
And do these ones reroll 1s as well?
Yes, it's just the unit. Okay. Alright, wounding on 4s.
4 up. Ooh, 2. So it's going to be 2 dead Chaos Warriors.
Alright, forgot one last thing. It's this guy. Take that, Fungoid Cave Shaman. Alright, so he has a Stabba, which is a spear. Hits on 4s, wounds on 3s. All of them hit.
Nice.
No rend on these, so. So that's 4 wounds.
5 up save, -1?
No.
So 4 up save. I save them all.
Okay. And then his mount gets an attack.
Okay.
4 attacks, hits on 4s, wounds on 3s.
2.
So 2 at -1.
5 up. Come on. Oh, look at you.
Do a thing. Roll it. There we go.
No damage.
D3. So that's going to be 3 damage.
3 damage. You will die and you will die. So we have some battle shock tests to do. Guys over here on a 4 up, someone's going to be running. One guy will be running away. Boop. Same thing over here on a 4 up. Another one is
by 1,000 cuts.
going to be running away. This one guy is holding this flank. I have a ton of command points that I'm not really going to spend anywhere. So Celeste is going to use Inspiring Presence and say, "Ye over there, hold this flank, ye fool." And yeah, 1 command point, hold the flank, so he's not going anywhere.
Okay. I'm going to do functionally the same thing. I'm going to eat a command point to keep these 2 units running and take battle shock tests. So I dropped down to 4. And then I have this one to take. They lost 5 guys. I do some math. So after much math, we're looking at if I roll a 4 or higher, guys start running. Nobody runs.
They're good. So it is not looking too good for the Hedonites of Slaanesh. But we need to go into that Hedonite of Slaanesh turn number 2 and see if maybe we can do a little bit of a retaliation with it. So without further ado, let's get to it. So, start of my hero phase, the Contorted Epitome is going to try to stop that cauldron of bubbling magic. What do I need to stop it?
5.
A 5? Okay.
Yep.
So she'll just try and dispel it, which I do. Well, I'm at -1 though, right?
You're still at -1, but a 5 gets it.
Okay, a 5 right on top. Okay, so we do stop that, which is good. And then we're going to try to go for Hysterical Frenzy. We're going to be putting it on this unit over here. We're looking for a 7. So if I successfully get this off, the way this works is I roll a bunch of dice for however many models are within that unit. And for every 6 plus, you'll take D3 mortal wounds. But I am looking for a 7. Which I get a 7 right on the dot. Now I have the option to re-roll that if I want to.
But because of the moon, you are getting -1.
I'm getting -1, so that's going to be fail. So I'm going to re-roll that. So 7 -1, that's going to be a fail.
Oh.
Celeste is going to try and go for Mystic Shield. We'll put it on these warriors over here. We get a total of 12, but the -1, so 11.
I'm going to go with Skagrut. He's getting +2 to his dispel attempts because he's in the moon and by default. So, no.
Alright, so Mystic Shield, they are mystically shielded.
Yep.
I don't really have any other hero phase things to do, so we're just going to go right to the movement phase. The Contorted Epitome is just going to go ahead and swoop into the combat and try to continue to mulch down this flank. Celeste is going to go ahead and run, getting a 5. So with 14, Celeste is going to scoot on over right here with 14, making sure I'm 3 inches out. And unfortunately, this Soul Grinder,
Costello.
yeah, Abbott and Costello, the 2 goofballs that they are, I bottlenecked myself in between here. So there are just going, I mean, I have 12 inches of movement, but it doesn't really matter where I go. I could maybe swing them this way. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I think I'm going to leave them right over there and maybe just harass this flank a little bit. And then at the end of my movement phase, I'm going to be summoning in 10 Demonettes. Didn't have quite enough to summon in 20. So yeah, I'm going to summon in 10 right over here, because I need some battle line to hold the objectives. Going into the shooting phase, we're starting with the Wounded Soul Grinder. We're going to be firing into this unit right over here that it's currently engaged with. Starting with the Phlegm Bombardment, hitting on a 3. It does, wounding on a 3. It also does, this is going to be at -2.
Okay, so 6 up. How'd I do?
3 damage. Oh, you got a 5.
Oh, yeah, 5. Okay.
Yeah, so
3 damage.
3 damage.
So this dude dies, and then one guy takes damage.
And then we have D6 shots for the Harvester Cannon. For just 1. Looking for 3 to wound.
Oh, 3 to hit.
Oh, sorry, 3 to hit. I apologize. And 3 to wound. Nope, nothing. The other Soul Grinder is going to do the exact same thing into that squad. Flum Bombardment. Misses. D6 attacks from the Harvester Cannon for 3. And then looking for 3s to hit. And 3s to wound. Naturally. Alright, we got some charges that we're going to attempt to make. Let's see what Celeste can do. Getting a 6. I'm going to spend a command point to reroll, because I want something a bit higher for him, because he can run and charge. Hey! Getting an 11. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm trying to maximize as much depravity points I can generate. So Celeste is just going to right into this squad over there. And now these Demonites, they're going to declare a charge. They do have a banner, so they do get to reroll their charge. Getting a 7? I think that's a long 7.
Oh, that's a...
Yeah, 9 inches. What am I talking about?
Yeah, I need 9.
So the reroll. Oh, getting an 11. They do make it in. And boom, ending in right over there. We do have some locus of diversions to do. So we'll start with the contorted epitome, doing it on these gobos over here. On a 4+, it does not go off. And then Celeste, he's gonna do his locus of diversion on the boingy boingies on a 4+. It does not go off. So now at the start of the combat, she has horrible fascination on them. It's essentially another locus of diversion on a 4+. It also does not go off. So now I have a choice of where I want to go.
I'm gonna burn a command point with my Loon Boss. He's gonna target this unit. They're wholly within 12. Every unmodified 6 that they roll is going to be mortal wound, in addition to normal damage.
I'm gonna go ahead and spend 1 command point on Slaanesh, on Celeste, for his Regal Authority ability. So every Chaos unit within 18 inches of him gets to reroll 1s to hit. So that's what he's going to be doing right now. And I'm going to go ahead and start with Celeste first. I'm going to hit with the Axe of Dominion first, I think. So we have 4 attacks, hitting on 4s, rerolling the 1s. Okay, and because I rolled that 6, for euphoric killers, I do get to make an extra hit, so I'll just go ahead and add that 1 into the pile.
You want to reroll the? You want to roll the one that rolled the 1?
Yeah, right.
Didn't they hit on 4s? Not that they were hitting on 4s.
Oh, 4s. Yeah, sorry, you're right. So I have 2 in there. My apologies. And we are wounding on 3s. These are going to be at -2.
Okay, so 6 up. Yeah.
This is for a D3 damage.
See.
For a total of 2 damage.
So this dude dies, and then that dude over there is gonna get 1.
Right, so then for that 1 depravity point, it becomes 2 because of Celeste's special host.
Because he is Celeste. Alright, so I'm gonna go with the Grots over there. They are going to go ahead and attack, and I get how many? Alright, so these are the Grots attacking into the warriors. These are just the Stabbas. There's 7 of them. Ooh, not great. Wounding on 3s. Looking for 6s though. 6s deal mortal wounds. That's not either of those things. Alright, so these are going into the twisted or contorted epitome, whatever that thing might be called. These are hitting on 4s.
Decent number.
These are better.
Decent meaning all of them.
Yeah, and then wounding on 4s, or wounding on 3s, sorry. But I'm looking for 6s to deal mortal wounds. Alright, so that's 3 wounds onto the mirror thingy. I'm going to stop trying to call it by its name.
She has a 5-up save. I make none of them, so she's going to go ahead and take 3 wounds.
Alright, nets from the same unit. These are going into the warriors. I've got 3 of them that are in range of the warriors. Hitting on 4s, wounding on, rerolling 1s, actually. And then wounding on 4s. Looking for 6s. I get none, so 4 wounds against the Chaos Warriors.
4 wounds against the Chaos Warriors, full save. Ooh, I do get to reroll the 1s because I'm mystically shielded. Oh, okay, so I'll just take 2 wounds. So one guy will go ahead and die. I do want to make sure that I'm still beside this objective. I'll kill this guy. Boop.
And against the mirror, I got 2 more nets. Rerolling 1s because of the moon. Nope. And then we're gonna wounding on 4s. But that's 2 mortal wounds and a regular, so it's 3 regular wounds and 2 mortal wounds.
All right. She ignores mortal wounds on a 2+. She's good, and then she has a 5-up save. She takes another 3. The demonettes are going to be going next. We have 21 attacks hitting on 4s. I do get to re-roll the 1s because of Celeste's special ability that went off. And because I rolled 6s, they will explode into 1 additional hit. We have 20 hits, looking for 4s to wound. All right, these are all going to be at a rend -1.
Needing 6s.
Oh, we got 3 in there.
3.
Which would be a total of 9 dead.
All right, we're gonna go with these Boingrot Bounders before Celeste takes his second swing. So he's gonna sweep over. So I've got 4 lances that will attack into Celeste. Hitting on 4s. Not rerolling that. Wounding on 4s because I didn't charge this turn. So that's 2 wounds into Celeste at -1.
5-up save. Make 1.
Alright, 1 damage.
Celeste drops to 8 wounds remaining, but I do get 2 depravity points from that.
And then I'm going to go ahead and attack into the Soul Grinder. These are the remaining lances. This is the Sergeant, hitting on 3s. And then the other guy. Nope, so don't worry about that. These are the bites coming from the same dudes into the Soul Grinder. That's 2 hits. 1 wound at -1 against the Soul Grinder.
4 up. Made it.
Right. And then these
Bites into Celeste.
So that's 5 hits. Wounding on 3s.
Ooh.
5 wounds against Celeste.
Minus anything?
1.
-1, so 5-up save. I make only 1.
It's 1 damage apiece, so 4 more.
Next is going to be Syl with her whip. We have 8 attacks, hitting on 4s, but I do get to re-roll everything now because I am choosing her with her Deadly Symbiosis special ability. Sorry about that, folks. I am actually hitting on 3s with the whip. So we actually went back to the clip, and there was 2 3s, a 2 and a 1 that I actually re-rolled. So we did the math properly, and I actually only missed once. So with this, I'm now wounding on 4s. These are going to be at -1.
So 5 ups.
And this is just for 1 damage. Next, we're going to be going with the Squig Herd into the Warriors of Chaos.
Alright, 20 attacks, hitting on 4s, wounding on 3s. Alright, and then wounding on 3s. So that's 5 wounds at -1.
5 wounds at -1 gives me a 5-up save. 3 go through. Or sorry, 4 go through. Just -1?
Yep.
Or 1 damage?
1 damage piece, yep.
So it's going to be 2, 4, 2 guys dead plus 1 takes a wound. So, I'll take this guy.
Oh, just be 2, because it was 4 damage.
It was 4 damage?
Yep.
Okay.
Because you rolled 1-5.
Okay. My Warriors of Chaos are going to try and swing back, hitting on 3s, re-rolling the 1s, and looking for 4s to wound. What? Get back. What? We have 4 wounds against the Squig. Give your full save.
6s. Save 1, take 3.
Yeah, so 1 will die. And
The cave boss is going to shuffle in. He's not going to eat his mushroom yet. If he eats his mushroom, he rerolls all failed to wounds and hits. But it's only on his stabba. So here's his spear. 4s, 3s. So that's 3 wounds, no rend, against the Chaos Warriors.
2 wounds go through.
1 damage apiece.
That's enough to kill Bloody Boy.
And then the bite from the big cave squig. 4s, 3s. Okay, cool.
Only 1 going through.
1 wound at -1.
5 up. Make it.
Okay.
Soul Grinder is going to be going into the Boingy Boingy Boys. Hitting, we have 4 attacks with the piston mounted legs. Hitting on 3s. Woo, okay, getting 3. And then
They have the ecstatic killers or whatever it is?
they don't,
Okay.
no, unfortunately. And looking for 3s to wound. Oh, only getting 1. This is going to be a -1.
5 up. Nope.
Just 1 damage.
Okay.
The Hellforged Claw, 1 attack, hitting on a 3, and looking for 3 to wound. Ah, come on, every time. Los Warp Metal Blade, hitting on a 3, and 3s to wound. I have 1 in there, it's going to be a -2.
6 up.
You gotta be kidding me, and you made it. And then my last attack is going to be the Demon Bone, hitting on 2s.
Worship Slaanesh.
Okay, everything hit. Looking good, looking good, looking good. 3s to wound. Oh, okay, that's pretty good. We have 4 of them at -1.
5 ups. Save 3, take 1.
You would. So let's get a D3 damage for 3 damage.
Okay. So we're gonna go with the red shield group over here. They're gonna kind of shuffle in. These guys are gonna swing up. So these are going into the Chaos Warrior. Hitting on 4s.
Oh, that's a really good hit.
And wounding on 3s now, because I do have less than 30 in the unit.
4 up save for Monsieur Chaos, and he's dead.
Alright, so these are going to the Demonettes. Hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s because of the moon. Wounding on 3s, because of unit size. So that's 4 wounds to the Demonettes.
5 up save. That's just going to be 4 dead.
I got 3 nets, hitting on 4s, wounding on 4s. Into the Demonettes as well. Oh my god. Thank you, Moon. Wounding on 4s. So that's 4 more wounds.
Ooh, okay. 5 up. Oh, another 4 die! So next is left for me is to swing with all of this stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and swing with my Warriors of Chaos first. We're going to be hitting on 4s because of that -1 from the nets. Wow. Rerolling the 1s. Looking for 4s to wound. Only getting 1.
5 up.
Nice.
Damn.
And then the Contorted Epitome is going to be going next. She's also going to be -1 because of the net. So we are going to be hitting on 4s. And getting 1 extra because of euphoric killers. And looking for 4s to wound. Only getting 2. These are going to be at -1.
Alright, so looking at 6s. Save neither.
Just 1 damage.
Okay.
And then we have 2 attacks for the Coiled Tentacles, hitting on 4s and 4s to wound. Just getting 1. These are going to be at -2.
Oh, okay. Nope, so I don't
Just 2 damage then.
2 damage, so that's 2 dead dudes.
That's going to be it of the combat. We have some battle shock to do. These guys over here, my Warriors of Chaos, on a 4+, I can lose somebody. Oh no, that's really bad. I got a 6. Ooh, that was unfortunate. The whole squad runs away in terror.
I'm using command point for Inspiring Presence on him from this guy. Just drop myself down to 2 command points left, just to keep sticking around, keeping the Soul Grinder locked up, just in case I don't get the next turn. So this unit lost 9 guys. They are leadership functionally 7. So dice +2. I'm losing 6 guys. 6 guys.
For my Demonettes over here, I am literally just looking for a 1 or else the entire squad is running away. Just give me a 1. No, the entire squad, whoop, vaporized.
So 4, 5, or 6 guys around. I lose a dude.
And at the end of my turn, I'll go ahead and get 1 victory point, as this guy is within 6 inches of this objective. And I think we forgot to mention as well, Dave actually got 2 victory points from his last turn, because he had those 2 objectives. So the current score right now is 2-1 in favor of the Gloomspite Gitz. And now we have to do the roll-off. This one is actually really, really important. If I get the roll-off, I think I'm still in the game. If not, I think it's severely not in favor of me. So let's go for it, my friend. You win ties. 3, ooh, and a 1. I think I need to take that away. So yeah, we're gonna go into Hedonites of Slaanesh.
Give me turn 3. Give me top.
Turn number 3. Okay, hero phase. Contorted Epitome is going to attempt once again. Actually, hold on. Actually, no, never mind. She's going to attempt to cast Hysterical Frenzy into this unit. Come on, 7. Failed, get to reroll. High number. Poo-poo. That did not work. Okay, that did not work at all. So let's go ahead and do... what do I want to do? We'll do Soul Slice Shards into this unit over here. Now I get that. Really? Okay, so I get an 11 and it's -1.
Yep.
So technically I get a 10. The way this one works is if successfully cast, which hopefully I do have it, I roll 2d6 minus your bravery, and for every point I beat it, you take a mortal wound.
Yeah, that's not good. Their leadership 4. That needs to stop. Alright, so Skagrot's gonna attempt this spell. He's still getting +2.
Okay.
So what?
So 10.
I got a 9.
9, no, sorry. This does go off.
Yep.
Alright, roll big money on this one.
Come on, 4.
Ooh, 10.
So I take...
Oh, sorry, 9.
5. So I take 5 mortal wounds.
5 mortal wounds.
So, boop, boop. Boop, boop. Boop. Let's leave that net there. Let's take this guy out. So that's 5.
Celeste is going to go ahead and put Mystic Shield onto himself. And we successfully get it off with a 10, and I think it's -1 as well, so 9.
So Skagrot's going to attempt to spell that one. He does not.
No. So Celeste mystically shielded.
Yes, he is.
I don't really have much in terms of movement because once again, Abbott and Costello being dumb. So at the end of my turn, I'm going to be spending 25 out of 28 depravity points, and I am bringing in the big ol' 30 block of demonettes for my support. It is embarrassing that Celeste needs the support of these poor gobbos that are giving him such a hard time. But hey, magic can do that to you folks. And also, men are of such weak flesh that Celeste may or may not ever use them again. Going into the shooting phase now, we're going to be starting with the Soul Grinder that's currently engaged with that boinky boinky boy. We're going to start with a Phlegm Bombardment, hitting on a 3. We do, wounding on a 3. And we do. This is going to be at -2.
Okay, 6 up. Nope.
For flat 3 damage.
He's dead.
Boop. And with the Harvester gun, we're going to be targeting the light cav or medium cav. D6 shots for a total of 2, hitting on 3s and wounding on 3s. These are going to be at -1.
How many did you get?
2.
2? Okay. So 5 ups. Save both.
Nice. Second Soul Grinder is going to be firing everything it has into that squad. Phlegm Bombardment hits, does not wound. D6 shots for the Harvester for a total of 6. Ooh. Looking for 3s to hit and looking for 3s to wound. 4 at -1.
Here we go. Save 3, take 1.
All right, next we're going to go right into the charge phase at this time. We're going to start with his Soul Grinder now that he is free at last after 10,000 years. Charge distance. Getting a 7. So that is enough for the Soul Grinder to... Oh my goodness. And go, get off habit. And then... Right into there. The Demonettes, they are going to go in for a charge. I need a 9. Come on, ladies. Come on.
You can reroll. You got that banner.
Yeah, I got the banner. That was really Rain Man of me. All right. Oh, come here. What? I'm breaking everything. Come on. Okay, I'm going. Get in there, ladies. No. I needed them in.
That's unfortunate.
Don't you tell me, kid.
I can't imagine there's a huge age difference here.
Celeste, he's gonna make a charge, see where I may or may not throw him. Getting a 6? I don't know if that's that great. You spend a command point. Come on, buddy. Get in there. Ah, curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal. Why? You know what? Yeet. All right, Locus of Diversion over here on a 4+. No. And then Horrible Fascination. Okay, so now these guys are fighting last. So the Soul Grinder, he is just going to be pumping his attacks into these little monsters. We have 4 attacks with his feet, hitting on 3s. And looking for 3s to wound. Only getting 1, -1.
Okay. I mean, that's how much damage?
Just 1.
Just 1. Okay.
And then we have the Claw, hitting on a 3. Woo! And looking for 3. That's unfortunate. Not once. 2 attacks with a Warp Metal Blade. Nope. And then the other attack that hopefully will do something on 3s. Okay. And trees. -1.
Nope, that's how much damage?
D3.
All right, roll it.
1. Your attack's back.
All right, he's gonna eat his red cap this turn, so he rerolls all failed hits and the wounds with his spear.
Okay.
So hitting on 4s, winning on 3s. Rerolling. Rerolling. So that's 3 wounds at no minus.
3 up, Sava. Make them all.
Okay, and then the bite.
Nom nom nom.
Hitting on 4s, winning on 3s. 1 wound at -1.
4 up. Whoa. Don't make it.
D3 damage. For 3 damage.
Tight.
As he bites.
Warriors of Chaos, bringing these guys hopefully down a bit. They're not, are they? No, they're not -1.
They are -1 to hit.
Still because of the net?
From the nets.
Okay, but I do get to re-roll that 1. Tight. 4s to wound. Oh, look at that. 1. Make your fun save, sir.
I will.
Wow. Warriors of Chaos are the best.
Squiggly boys. So I've got a decent chunk over here. I've got 8. All right, 16 attacks, hitting on 4s, winning on 3s. Winning on 3s. So that's 5 wounds, -1.
4 up. 3 go through. That's just -1. 1 damage.
1 damage.
Down to 2 left. The Contorted Epitome is going next, -1 because of the nets on 4s. But because of the Euphoric Killers, 3 extra hits go through, so that's everything. Looking for 4s to wound, though. 4 wounds, -1.
5 ups. Or 6 ups, I'm sorry. I wish it were 5 ups.
Just 1 damage.
It's not. So 4 guys die.
And then we have 2 attacks with the Coiled Tentacles. I think that was actually a Pokemon name. Hitting on 4s.
It's Tentacruel.
Oh, Tentacruel. A Tentacruel? Was that the evolution?
Tentacruel.
Right. But it doesn't matter. I suck.
Doesn't matter. Alright, so I got this unit. I guess we're going to kind of just stick where they are. So that's 4, 5 attacks into the Chaos Warriors, plus 1 net. 4s. We're rolling 1s because of the moon. Because that is still sitting in the sky. Oop. So 2 wounds. No minus.
That's in the Chaos Warriors?
Yes.
4 up. Make them both.
Okay. The net is a 4 up, 5 up. Both hit. 2 hits. 1 wound from the net.
Make that 2.
Cool. Stab is into the Epitome, hitting on 4s, winning on 4s. Rerolling 1s. Nope. Hit. So that's 2 wounds into the Epitome.
Whew, 5 up. How does this thing not have a 4 up? It's dead.
It's not made of nearly enough metal. I'm going to burn a command point to keep yellow shields around, so this unit is going to benefit from him and his command ability of Inspiring Presence, because they lost this many guys, and that is going to be a real bad Battle Shock test. Squig unit, they are leadership now 2, because they lost a guy. So, I lose 4.
Ouch.
So, boop, boop. And then, because they're big, meaty missiles of idiocy, I roll a dice for each one that ran away, and on a 4 up, I deal a mortal wound to the closest unit within an inch. and I get to pick if there's a tie. So that's 2 mortal wounds into the Soul Grinder.
Oh, Soul Grinder's dead. Nice, tight.
Big meaty missiles.
That's gonna be the end of my turn. No battle shock for me. So I'll just go ahead once again and get 1 point over here, bring the score right now to 2-2. So we're just gonna go into Gloomspite Gitz, turn number 3. That's the bottom. Let's get to it.
Alright, so top of the hero phase, I'm going to roll for the moon. Where does it go? On a 1, it doesn't move. 2 to 5, it moves 1 quadrant. And on a 6, it moves off the board.
6.
It moves off the board. Never to return. Alright, so his Babbling Wand, on a 4-up, I get D3 command points. Nope. And Mouthpiece of Mork, on a 4-up, I get a command point. Nope. Alright, so I just have 2 command points to play around. Skagrot's going to attempt to cast the Scrap Cauldron again. And it goes off on a 5. So it goes from a 3 to a 4. No, because he doesn't have the moon anymore. So it fails. His second spell will be an attempt to cast the Great Green Spite. Goes off on a 7, so he needs a 6. Goes off on a 10 in total.
I'll try to stop that with Celeste. Oh, and I stop it.
Okay. Alright, Fungoid Cave Shaman's going to attempt to cast Arcane Shield. He's going to cast it under the red squad here. Does not go off.
Okay.
And he will eat his mushroom and attempt to cast a second spell this turn.
Okay.
He's going to cast Arcane Bolt. Goes off on a 6.
I can't stop it.
Alright, so I'm going to target Celeste, and he'll take a mortal wound.
Drops him down to 3, but he takes 2 depravity points.
Yep.
Going into the movement phase now.
Skagrot's going to move up just to get to the edge here. He's going to move up there. I'm going to use Madcap Mushrooms from the Truffle Squigs. They're going to target this unit. On a 6 or lower, this unit gets +1 attacks on all of its melee profile. It does. So they get. So Boingrap Bounders, they're going to go. They're going to hop. Or hop 7.
Ending up right over there.
Yep, this guy's going to run or move. He's going to move 6, making it a slightly more bearable charge. Squig Herd's going to run. They're going to run for a total of 11-inch movement. They can't fly, but they can go around, so. Skagrot is going to attempt to shoot Celeste. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s. No more wounding on 3s. So 3 wounds at -1 against Celeste.
5 up. I save 1.
Hit. Okay, so he takes 2. It's 1 damage piece.
2. Where's the 1? There it is. Come on. There it is.
Alright, charges. I'm not going to charge with these guys. They're going to sit where they are. If you don't have heroes, you can't summon anything, so he's going to die for glory.
Oh yeah, he makes it.
6, so he's going to go over here. And then the Boingrap Bounders with a 5. You need to remember, order of operations is a thing. Yeah, that's pathetic. Womp womp.
Alright, so I have my Locus of Diversion over here on a 4+. Ooh, he's going to be fighting last. So Celeste over here now is going to go ahead and fight.
I get to swing.
Yep, so you get to fight over here.
I was like, oh, he strikes first? That's cool.
I totally forgot these guys were in combat.
Alright, so these are the stabbers from this unit. Hitting on 4s, winning on 4s. No more rerolls because the moon has left the table. Winning on 4s.
4-up save. 1 will die, so I don't want the guy near the objective to die. So I'll have my champion die, and then he'll take a wound.
Alright, nets. Hitting on 4s, winning on 5s. Nothing.
Alright, Celeste, swing in with your Axe of Dominion. Whoop. hitting on 4s, getting 1, and winning on a 3. That's going to be it. Ren -2.
Okay, so 6 up.
D3 damage. 3 damage.
All right, got 4 left.
And then the lady on top, she gets the hit. She's going to be hitting on 4s.
Good old artifact.
Re-rolling everything. Oh, okay. And looking for force to wound.
So 5 5-ups. Here we go. I save 2, take 3. Are they 1 damage piece?
1 damage piece.
Okay, so there's 1 wound left. There. All right, spear with the because everybody else is swung, so he's going last because he's I don't know, perplexed. Hitting on 4s, wounding on 3s. So 3 wounds, no minus.
No minus. 4 up save. Oh, and that is enough to take out Celeste, my general. And I had a bunch of depravity points, but they are all wasted because no more characters. And the Warriors of Chaos fighting back, 8 attacks on 4. Because the net?
-1 to hit, yep.
Right, okay.
There's a net sitting right next to him.
Gotcha. And 4s to wound. Wow. That's my bad. That's my bad.
Sorry.
And that's going to be it. No battle shock to go around. So that's really about it. You'll actually go ahead and score 2 more points, which brings the current score now to... Oh, what's the score?
It's 2 to 4. Well,
2 to 4, right? Because
you have 2, I have 4.
Right.
Yeah, now.
Yeah, 4 to... Yeah, 4 in favor of the Gloomspite Gitz. Now we have to go do the roll-off, my friend.
Yes, we do.
I think I win ties?
You do.
I do,
Yep.
Okay.
Because the...
5. Ooh,
1.
And getting a 1. So we are going to go into Hedonites of Slaanesh turn, I think it's 4.
4.
Yeah. So actually, Dave and I, we were actually just talking about the game itself before I go ahead in my turn. And I think I have to call it just based on what I have. Now, yes, 30 Demonettes, that's nothing to scoff at, but I really needed to get them in on the turn that I had, because then that could have been a little bit of a different game. But as of right now, so this is what probably could have happened. My Demonettes, they charge in, completely annihilate the squad. I have this objective. This combat currently over here, we were talking about it. It's a pillow fight. I smack you around, you smack me, kill a couple maybe, you kill 1, maybe 2 guys. I continue to hold the objective. So I'll score 2 points. Current score right now, it will be what, 6 to 6? Or
It would be 4 to 4.
4 to 4.
Yep.
4 to 4. This guy would charge in here. Honestly, I love taking the Soul Grinders. They're cool models, but they haven't really been performing the last 2 games.
I think you nailed it when you said that they are really feast or famine. They have a lot of randomness between their damage and between their number of attacks that I can see them being kind of an issue that way.
Right, like even with the buff of +1 to hit and the +1 save, so 3s and 3s,
Right.
they're not performing well with that randomness.
3-up save makes them really tanky, but there's just too many ways to deal with mortal wounds now that it just becomes a bit of an issue for them. Their tankiness is great, but if you're running them up against something that's elite or something that gets the charge off, like these guys can do, like if you fail this charge, I know it's very unlikely. It would result in me charging you then, and that does mortal wounds back to you, and it becomes a real big problem for you.
And then also I think a bit of deployment kind of messed me up as well, having to move these guys 24 inches back, and I had 3 units of that.
The fact that I didn't have any behemoths in my list, I built this list ages ago. I did not build this specifically for this encounter. This was something I built a while ago, so it worked out for me because my stuff was closer to the front lines versus where you had 3 things sitting in the back. Granted, your speed is nothing to laugh at. You were up in my face anyway.
Right.
But you just had a situation where you had 3 big models sitting in the back.
Yeah, again, and then I had no choice but to bottleneck myself here. So yeah, this guy, he would charge in here, probably not do enough. So then at the end of my turn, it would be 4 to 4. And then, come to your turn, all you have to do is just ignore the Demonettes that would be over here. there's a very high probability that you could win this fight, or you just outnumber me in terms of model, because then you have an ability where you summon the cauldron back and then you teleport this unit all the way back over here, you claim the objective, and then all you have to do is, once again, whoops, you ignore the demonettes over here, and then you hopscotch back and forth, grabbing 2 victory points where I can only grab 1. So then you'll consistently be up in points by 1.
As much fun as it would be to see the demonettes absolutely slaughter this unit of Gitz in the middle. Not
right.
sure if it's time-wise, I'm not sure if anybody really wants to watch.
I mean, it's always fun to roll a bunch of dice and remove models.
Yeah.
But I definitely think I know when I've been defeated and when I've been outplayed. I don't think that, once again, this is the second time I've taken the Soul Grinders and the battalion. So I think they're like 240, let's say 230 to 240 each, and then another 110 for the battalion. I don't think it's worth it.
You can do more with those points.
Yeah, I think I can put them to better use somewhere else.
Between another keeper, if there was a second keeper on here, I think my magic would have been more oppressed, and I would have been a lot more stressed about what I was dispelling versus what I had to dispel.
Right. So. And you know, I struggle sometimes about taking another keeper because I don't want to be oppressive.
Yeah.
Right? And I've taken them before, and they can be. So I struggle sometimes to figure out what to bring. I do have a large collection of stuff, always working on other things, more chariots and things of that like. But yeah, I mean, it's always fun to take, the big angry monsters that can do tons and tons of damage.
I'm trying out the new host. The host is super fun, super flavorful. It's neat. It's got some weird restrictions on it, but it seems like it'd be interesting.
Yeah.
The amount of depravity points you can produce is insane.
Yeah, like late game when Celeste got in there, it's just like racking up depravity points, boop, 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 and then I got a big unit of reinforcements. Mind you, they didn't do anything because they failed charge, but yeah, you can do some really cool things with the Celestian host. But I like the balance of bringing in the mortals.
Yep. Mortals, demons kind of keep that yin-yang situation going.
Yeah, and there's actually another cool battalion that you can take of Gore Beast chariots. And if you're within 18 inches of your enemy, you can roll 3d6 and charge.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't think this
is more reliable. They hit pretty hard.
Yeah, and the studio doesn't have any Gore Beast chariots, so I can always try to proxy. But just to try it out to see how it is before I actually make a commitment into actually purchasing some Gore Beasts. But yeah, always fun to try something out. So everyone, thank you so much for watching. Hope that you enjoyed this battle rep. You get to see this kind of Celestian host at play. Maybe, like I said, this is not an optimized Celestian host. I definitely would have taken 2 Keepers of Secrets, would have run them beside Celeste as kind of his bodyguard, running along beside. Definitely not taking 2 Soul Grinders again. They're kind of wishy-washy, even with 3s to hit. And that 3-up save, I don't really think it's worth it. You're better off putting in your points somewhere else. So everyone, once again, thank you so much for watching. Dave, dude, thank you so much, man.
Absolutely.
That was a fun game. Yeah. I love the fact that you understood my references.
Yes.
Because I dropped a lot. I think this is the most references I've ever dropped.
You dropped a couple of them, yeah. I was just sitting there going, yep, I get that. Oh, that's sad, I get that. Okay.
And a lot of them were off camera too.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's pretty awesome. But everyone, thank you so much for watching and tuning in. We'll catch you next time, everyone. And as always, happy wargaming.